Call Don now, 682-1270. News Talk 1270 KIML.
News Talk 1270 KIML, Don Carpenter Show. I actually found the online post that I wanted to share with you, so I'll read it verbatim. I didn't really get the essence of it very well, so I'll read it to you verbatim. I wish I had a photographic memory where I could just remember that stuff exactly. But and it actually made me kind of curious. Since I was 90 miles away. I wasn't really that close, but I was closer. I was close enough that people were afraid. I'm curious, for those of you that lived here in 2001, what was the mood like here in Gillette on that day? 682-1270 is the number, 682-1270. So here's the post that I got to thinking about. It's sadly bizarre how blasé people are about September 11th here in California. I guess because they didn't see the unfathomable destruction of Lower Manhattan in person or get hit by the burnt metallic smell that lingered seemingly forever over Long Island. They're less angry with the realization that there are evil people in the world who will do good people harm. To the rest of you, though, stay vigilant, stay safe, and never forget. And never forget is, it's become almost, like a bless you when somebody sneezes. You just say, never forget. And you don't really think about it. And, I don't want to dwell on the bad things that happened that day. I mean, anybody can do that. And I'm sure a lot of people will dwell on the bad things. And I mean, let's face it, it was a terrible day. I'd rather dwell on some of the positives, and as bad as it sounds, at least there were some positive things that came out of that day. And I'd rather dwell on those than dwell on the fact that, 19 terrorists brought an entire country to its knees, at least for a time. So when you think about that day, for the rest of the day today, just kind of think about it. And I mean, don't forget, and I really mean it, don't forget the bad parts, but don't forget the good parts as well. That's all I ask out of all of this. Just kind of remember, I mean, maybe somebody that you hadn't heard from in a long time called you that day. And maybe you got to make sure your kids were all right, or your parents were all right, or your brother, sister, cousin, whatever. Just kind of think about that today at some point. News Talk 1270 KIML.
Broadcasting from two tall towers in the middle of a big field. Don Carpenter on News Talk 1270 KIML.